Oh God, run into the altar like a track star.
Hey guys, I haven't done one of these in ages, it feels like. I did my update in July that was about 4 years since I got diagnosed, but other than that I haven't done this in a while, so I'm excited. So how have I been? Struggling. I've struggled with my lupus the entire time this year. Had one of the hardest times with my lupus this year for sure, but a lot of that was stress induced because I was being harassed by my neighbours, and they are now gone, so thank God, and obviously I feel better for them being gone. I'm still dealing with stuff to do with it though, so the stress isn't like gone completely, and I'm definitely traumatised. I think we both have PTSD from it for sure, and so that's hard. And so in terms of like what I've been going through with these flares this year to do with the stress, obviously increased pain, increased fatigue, just literally not being able to get out of bed, walk, move, do anything. Serious severe hair loss for the first time in a while. Like, I don't think it's been this bad for a couple of years, if not longer. When I first had like really bad hair loss, I got sent to a dermatologist, and it wasn't the awful one that I talk about a lot. It was a one-off, a woman that was there and she was great, and I got my bloods tested and I was really low in iron, and they said I had alopecia and I was put on iron supplements, and then it improved a bit. This was like before I was on iron, like how bad it was. The clumps that were coming out, it was unreal, like filling my sink with hair, like madness. And you can still see, like, look, I had got to the point where I'd fully grown out my whole hairline again, where it had broken and fallen out before, and then through this it's just all back to square one, like tiny little bits of hair everywhere because it's so broken. Yeah, it sucks. It's just something I'm having to deal with. But scalp problems have been like my biggest problem this year, I think, other than the pain and fatigue. They are the worst symptoms, they're the biggest symptoms, they're the ones that change my life all day, every day. So we don't include them. Other than that, yeah, scalp problems. I've had sores on my scalp for like 2 years now, and I've seen a dermatologist about it, the useless one. Everything he's given me hasn't worked, or it's made it worse. I've then done my own research, found stuff that I can just get over the counter or in pharmacies or online, and I've got it all, tried it all, nothing is working. Things ease the symptoms for like a couple of weeks or a couple of washes, and then I go back to square one. Nothing has cured it. I'm seriously considering going to see a private dermatologist, because I'm desperate. It's actually making me depressed. I can't tell you how sore it is, how itchy it is. It's just miserable. I'm done with dealing with it. And my rash on my face, my butterfly rash, was really, really bad. It started easing off a bit because the weather's cooler, which is great for me, but it's still, I think, worse than it should be at this time of year. And I was given like a intramuscular steroid injection like this time last year for my butterfly rash, and it massively helped, but obviously because of COVID I can't like go and get that at the moment. I am, however, I literally just got the call today as I'm filming this that I am going back for another GON injection in the back of my head, so yay! I'm so excited. And I said that on the phone to the lady. I was like, I know it's so weird to say I'm excited, but I'm so excited. And she was like, you're really excited to come and get this horrible big injection in your head? And I was like, yes, because of the relief it gives me. The amount it helps is just insane. It helps more with my migraines than anything else I've ever had. And yeah, it just goes straight in the back of your head here. It's because basically my greater occipital nerve, which is the like main nerve that goes from your brain to your spine and all the rest of it, it's like an important thing. Mine is really swollen. It gives me these migraines in the back of my head that literally make me want to die. I cry from the pain every single time, it's that bad, and this relieves that. So I'm excited. I'm excited. In my head it can't be worse than the first time. Fucking lol. This is future Jess. I had it done on both sides this time, and yeah, it was way worse. So yay. Because now I know what to expect. Maybe that's worse, I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm excited. I don't care if it's weird. I'm excited. I am a bit like nervous and apprehensive about going to a hospital at the moment because of COVID. Because I'm still not back to like normal life. I'm not going out in public. I went into a B&Q for like 2 minutes, like in the middle of the day on a weekday. It was literally dead. Obviously I wore my mask. I was hand sanitizing every 2 seconds. I followed the one-way system. All that's completely new to me, totally new to me, because I haven't been going out in public, so it's strange. And then I went to an outdoor garden centre. That is where I've been in the last 8 months, which is crazy. And to the hospital twice, which, yeah. So I am apprehensive, but I'm excited. I mainly wanted to talk to you though, because I have just completed a pain clinic. So it's a 3-week It's a 3-week pain clinic, and I was meant to go and stay in hospital. So the way that it's meant to run is that a group of like about 8 of you go and stay there. That you've got your own room, but you share a bathroom and a kitchen area and like a lounge area, and you do like hour sessions all day every day, and then you have the weekends off and you can leave and go home. And yeah, just from like 10 till 3 you have sessions, and those sessions are with an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist, doctors and nurses, a psychologist. Yeah, and they obviously can't have people go and stay at the moment because of COVID, so they trialled it virtually, like basically Zoom, like a Zoom or a FaceTime with a group, and doing it that way. And they said that they basically got the same results, and they offered it to me virtually and said, you know, you can hold out and wait for it to be where you can come in. And I was like, and then I thought, you know what, actually I think for me virtually is better, because the biggest difference in my pain and my health is my bed. We specifically bought that bed because it's for like athletes and for people with back problems and things. We knew it would be good for us with my problems, and it's changed my life. And started thinking that actually maybe virtually is even better for me, because I won't have to stay in a hospital bed. And so I took them up on it, and I've just completed it, and it was intense and it was a lot and it was exhausting, and I had a lot of migraine attacks throughout it with the back of my head, and a lot of hard days. But I got really lucky with my group. Just such a beautiful group of women. We really got lucky. They were all amazing, and we really bonded and clicked, and then that made it easy, and everyone was open and honest, and that really helps. But also, yeah, the people that were running it were just all great. Like, I don't have a complaint about any of them. And yeah, they basically went into it straight away with the attitude of, we're not here to cure your pain. We're not going to say we can cure your pain. We can't cure your pain. That's not what we're going to do. That's not what this is for. We're not going to get rid of your pain. What we are going to do, and what we're going to aim to do, is to give you a better quality of life overall with your pain. And so I was like, well, that's different, because I've been told constantly from the second I got ill that it's either push through, your pain's in your head, or, oh yeah, your pain is telling you something, so just rest, just don't do anything. If it hurts more, don't do anything. If it hurts more, don't do that again. And doing both of those has meant that my world over the last 4 years has just got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller till it's here. And I had such a big, vast, colourful, vibrant life before that. And I've had so much taken away from me because of my health. And this year in particular, I felt really ready. Actually, like last year, I felt really ready to get my life back and to have more of a life, more independence, more socialising, doing things, not letting the illness take over as much as it does, which is really, really easier said than done. It's really, really difficult. Because in my mind, it's logical that if something hurt you, you wouldn't do it again, or if something like really made you bedridden for a week, you wouldn't do it again. But then everything makes me feel that way, so I've ended up not doing anything, not going anywhere, not seeing people I love, and it's really sad. And so I felt ready last year, and Florida really gave me that as well, like gave me this new lease of life. And then when we went to Tenerife at the start of this year with my brother, again, that gave me a new lease of life. We had so much fun. And then everything happened. And I really convinced myself at the end of last year that this year was going to be my year for travel. I was going to see the world, do things before I get married and have kids. And yeah, then COVID came. And so that hasn't happened. But I've kept that same energy. I still want to do that. And I just don't want to keep living with my life being so small. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm ready to broaden my horizons, to spread these wings and fly. Whatever way you want to put it, I'm ready. And yes, that's really what the pain clinic did for me. We kind of discussed like not letting your mind decide what you do. So don't wait around for you to be in the right mindset or in the right mood or for your pain to be at a certain level. Like, do things. Action is better than words, and do things. If you want to do something, do it. Try not to be a mind reader and see into the future. Convincing yourself I can't do this today because tomorrow it's going to hurt me is not a great way to live, because it might not, but also you could decide, okay, I'm not going to go there today and see those people and have fun. I'm going to stay in because I feel so ill. And then you could feel worse the next day anyway, because that's the nature of lupus and of fibro and of illnesses like this. So really it's about, you're going to be ill either way. That's kind of sad, but realistically you're going to be ill either way, so you might as well have fun and have a life. And that really resonated with me, because it wasn't like saying that the pain's all in my head, and it wasn't saying that I've got to just accept a life of being bedridden. It was, yeah, you're in pain, we're validating that, we understand it's awful, it's horrendous, yeah, this is what you go through. We'll discuss the emotions and the feelings and everything that comes up to do with being in constant pain, but also you still deserve to have a life, and you should be living it and doing the things you love. And that's the key to a more well-balanced, happy life. And yeah, it just really resonated with me, I think, and I've tried to take that forward. In fact, I have taken it forward. I'm going to give myself some credit here. I've done my homework, I've done what they've taught me. I'm pretty good with I've done so many different therapies, and I'm pretty good with like the homework. So if they tell me to do stuff or to take that forward with me, whatever, I will, because I trust that they know best and that it's for my best interest. And that hasn't gone wrong for me yet. So I am applying the things we learn. We actually got to do physiotherapy with the physiotherapist. We actually got to do some movement stuff, and I really need to get out of my head this idea that movement / exercise is this. It's these things in this box. It's dancing for 5 hours. It's high intensity workout classes in the gym where you're nearly throwing up because you're working so hard. It's deadlifting more than your body weight. It's all these things that I used to be able to do, and that still is movement and exercise, but movement and exercise is also all of these things and everything in between. And that has been really useful for me, because I've got in my head that like that's not for me anymore because I can't do that. But what if I can do this and this and this and this? That still counts, it still matters, it's still good for me. And we did a lot of stuff that was really playful and intuitive, and that resonates with me as well, because I love playfulness and playing and being playful. I am a really playful person, and in uni we even like studied adults and playfulness because I did street theatre. We talked a lot about how adults lose that like sense of play, but as soon as you introduce it back to them, people come alive and it resonates with them and it matters to them, and people will have a really clear reaction to being able to play still as an adult. And so when we did that stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm loving this, and maybe I need to be more playful with my attempts at movement and my just my attempts at life, really. Just being more loose, and like we talked about that as well, like not holding on so tightly to anything, but to our goals and to what we want out of life, and letting go a bit, like not letting go of them, but just not holding on so tightly. And I do that, I hold on to everything so tight. And this year I've really worked on being able to let go. I'm not very good at letting go of anything or anyone, and that hinders me, and so I have been working on that, and that aspect of it really spoke to me as well. And also this idea of taking your body as you find it today. Don't treat your body today how it used to be. Don't treat your body today how you want it to be. Treat your body today how it is today, how you find it today. And I've really tried to do that ever since, and it has made a difference, because in my mood especially, and in my mental health especially, because I constantly treat my body how it used to be and how I want it to be, because how I want it to be is how it used to be, but that's not how it is now. And I've kind of created this split in myself between old me and new me, and really that's not real. There's only me. I am one person, this is my life, this is my one life as this person, if you believe in that stuff, but you know, this is my life right now. I'm one person. I am all of that, and I'm also all of this and all that I can be, and I need to tell myself that like every single day, because the comparisons are not healthy, they're not good for me. The wishing and aiming and striving constantly for stuff that I'm not makes me not live in the moment as much. And I had this big realization in the pain clinic where we were talking about our like dream life, and I was saying that really back then, before I got ill, I was living my dream life. You know, I had a job that I loved performing, I was getting paid to perform, I had a great social life, I was a social butterfly, out all the time. I was living with my best friend and my boyfriend and in this beautiful house, and I had the body of my dreams, and that was my dream life. But then when I was saying that, I realised, wow, it hit me, and I got really sad, because I actually am living my dream life now too, because it has always been the main part of my dream life to have kids and a home that I own, and to be engaged to Ben and get married to Ben and plan our wedding together, and to have beautiful pets and have a beautiful home filled with beautiful things, and a beautiful garden that me and Ben work on at the weekends. And like a real home life and family life has mattered to me from day dot, and I have all that now, and yet I don't consider this to be any part of my dream life because I don't have good health. And that made me really sad, because it was like, wow, I have so much now that I've always wanted, and I should really take heed of that and be more, I am always grateful. Actually every single day I do have a moment of like, wow, this is really our home, these are really our things, these are really our pets, we're really getting married. But this idea that my life was better back then is not necessarily true. And actually back then I also went through some of the most traumatic times of my life, and it's funny how looking back everything seems rosy and perfect and now seems hard, but actually it was really hard back then, and I was going through some horrific things that have changed me as a person. And it's funny how your brain just gets rid of that stuff when you look back, and it's really cruel. And so I'm trying to just be in the moment. This is my life, this is who I am, this is where we're at now. I can still do that and work towards what I want, but I don't need to keep constantly looking back or forward when the now was pretty damn great. Yeah, so learning to live and do things with my pain. We went through this huge thing with the occupational therapist where we couldn't say but, because a lot of us were going, you know, I did do the homework and I did find that it was good, but I was still in pain. And he was like, no, and you're in pain. And I was like, yeah, that actually makes so much, and I still catch myself doing that, correcting myself, because it matters. Because I can, for instance, I can go to the garden centre with Ben and I'll be in pain, but I'm at the garden centre with Ben, rather than at the garden centre with Ben but I'm in pain, is like taking away from the experiences I'm having. But and I'm in pain is just like, yeah, it's there too, you know. And like, oh, I'm with my friends, we're having a great time, and I'm in pain, but I'm with my, do you know what I mean? Like I'm still, it's not taking away from my life, it's just, it is there and it is hard, and that's not to diminish how hard and difficult it is. What it is though is saying it's there and I can still have a life and do the things that I love. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. That's my little lupus update. I'm excited for the colder weather because I just do better in the cold with my lupus. And yeah, I am hoping that the GON injection really helps like it did last time. Please all keep your fingers crossed for me that it does. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe if you're not already. I do a lot of lupus videos, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!